Hey guys, welcome back to Peachy Planner Bullet Journaling. I'm Sophie, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you a walkthrough of my second bullet journal.
Ryan Little.
If you watched my video from 2 weeks ago, I did a walkthrough of my first bullet journal, and I kind of explained how I got started bullet journaling and the process and the layouts that I used. So today will be a similar video, but for this journal, which is my most recent journal and the journal that I'm currently working on. So follow along if you want to see the layouts and spreads that I did in this journal, as well as the changes that I made to help my bullet journaling regimen fit more into my schedule as a busy college student.
Ryan Little.
So my second journal actually contains more of a filled-in index, as you can see here. There are a couple of post-it notes that I have. Those are where I left blank pages for some purpose at some point, but I either forgot or just didn't end up filling them in. So the post-its are there for pages that I'm planning on completing as I work more on my journal. This journal also contains marker swatches of some new materials that I got. These are the Tombow palette of the dual brush pens, my favorite pens that I use. And I also have a washi tape collection. I'm obsessed with washi tape, so I thought it would be a good way to showcase in this cute little bookshelf setup here. Here is another color palette of my Zig Real brush pens that I also really enjoy using. They have more of a watercolor feel. And then I have my Tombow Food No Suitcase and my midliner swatches. I started this journal in January of 2019, so I wanted to make a full overview calendar of the whole year. This list contains important birthdays and anniversaries that I keep track of on these 2 pages. Here is a fun page of things that make me happy. I actually recently added this in because this page had been left blank. And then I have my cover page for January 2019. I did a planet and outer space theme. So at this point, I kind of decided that I wanted to have a monthly overview habit tracker, mood tracker, and then move into the weekly spreads with to-do lists and doodles. I also added in some color-coded highlights for different things on my calendar. Blue was like home stuff, pink was personal stuff, and orange was for school. So that just kind of helped me keep on track with my calendar during the school year. This was another set of fun pages that I did for the beginning of January, just to outline my goals for the whole year to have in my bullet journal. I also have some fun movie review pages here. I recently added in the 2020 movies that I've seen recently, and I'll probably keep adding to this list. Moving into February, I have the same setup as January, but with a different theme. This one is one of my favorites because I love pastel colors. For February, I switched up the layout of my habit trackers, and I also added a sleep log in addition to the mood tracker. As you can see, some of the sections aren't totally filled in. This layout was pretty hard to keep up with my schoolwork, especially towards the end of the month when I did my recap pages. So a lot of times in this journal, those ended up being blank. Moving into March 2019, I did a citrus theme, but pretty much kept the same layout as January and February. For my spring break pages, I tried this Tombow watercolor technique that I saw on Instagram. I will be doing a video in the future on this same technique so you guys can replicate it in your own journals. I had a couple blank pages here. Obviously the March recap I never filled in, but the DC restaurants is a new page that I added, and these are all the restaurants that I've been to in Washington, DC. I think April might be my all-time favorite theme just because it's so fun and colorful, but it did take me a really long time to draw and color in. Definitely one of the more time-consuming themes and spreads that I have done. I also tried a new circular format for my sleep tracker. I saw it on Pinterest and I couldn't really get the measurements right, so I didn't really end up liking that one too much. Because my early monthly spreads for April took up so much time, I wasn't able to complete the weekly spreads, so here I did an end of April recap and added in some highlights from May. I also really love my June theme. I did the watercolor technique again here. I got more of the hang of it, so it looks a little bit more blended than the March spring break pages do. My theme for June also took up a lot of time. As you can see here, I didn't even end up finishing it. So for July, I tried a more minimalistic one color theme to see if I could keep up with my bullet journal more. I didn't really like the one color minimalistic theme too much, so I went back to something a little bit more fun for August, but as you can see, I barely even filled in the calendar, and the habit and mood and sleep trackers are totally blank. Same thing goes for September. I started a cover page, but I never really filled anything in for the month because I was getting really busy with school. These are some fun pages that I added in a couple weeks ago just to fill in some of the blank pages. So I put my favorite coffee shops from DC and Milwaukee. For October, I did more of a simple theme, but I wanted to try out a collage look. So I have a lot of washi tape and stickers and some pictures of things from October that I did with my family and my friends. This theme was also really hard to keep up with. As you can see, it's getting less filled in. There's a blank page. And then I just went to my December one, which is totally blank. I never even filled it in while I was home for winter break. And then things just got really busy. Life started happening, and I did not have time for my bullet journal. So there's a huge gap until I started back up again in April of 2020. I finally decided that after all these months of not being able to finish or fill in my bullet journal spreads, that I should create a tracker for all the months on the same page so that I could just refer back to this one page and fill it in as I went along. This tracker goes from April 2020 until the end of December. I also streamlined my monthly approach by getting rid of the calendar, keeping the sleep log, and just including weekly highlights and a gratitude section. Here is another set of fun pages that I did to keep track of what TV series I've watched and I'm currently watching. I purposefully left these pages blank so that I could add more TV shows as I watch, and I also added in a podcast tracker of podcasts that I'm listening to. I also added in a travel map for places that I've traveled with my family, and this also uses the watercolor technique, and these are actually the pages that I used to film that video, so you guys will be seeing that one coming up shortly. And also, because I had so much time being home from school, I created a quarantine bucket list of things I wanted to do around the house while I was staying home. Next, I jumped into my May pages, which are kind of a garden flower theme. These are the ones that I was working on when I filmed this, and the rest of the journal is blank, so I'll be showing you guys that as I fill it in. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed today's content, and if you're interested in checking out my first bullet journal walkthrough or a little bit more about Peachy Planner and me, you can check out some of the previous videos I've done on my YouTube channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, drop those in the comments box below, and subscribe to my channel. In 2 weeks, I will be doing a supplies video. So all the markers that I use, the journal, washi tape, highlighters, stickers, all that fun stuff. So stay tuned. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon.